So the first of our semi-finals has been completed, and it's disappointment for the home fans, with the number 2 seeds Matsutomo and Takahashi going down to the European champions from Denmark. But they have chances in the men's singles and indeed the women's singles. In fact, both the women's singles semi-finals feature a Japanese player. Well, Kenichi Tago is the next player on court for the men's singles, and he has a chance to make history, because no home player has reached the final of the Yonex Open Japan in the men's singles discipline. They, of course, would love him to win the title, but no Japanese man has reached the final, and he has a real chance to rewrite history today. He's up, of course, as you can see, against Gao Huan. After this next men's singles, we'll have the second men's singles and the defending champion, Lee Chong-wei of Malaysia. 3 times he's won this title. Then we'll have women's singles, and men's doubles will finish off the day's programme. But let's look at the race to the Super Series finals to be staged in Malaysia in December. Lee Chong-wei, top of the list. He's played 5 Super Series so far. He's been in 5 finals. He's won 4 of them. Kenichi Tago went up 2 places from the last ranking list as far as the Super Series is concerned after a quarter-final last week. And of course the big mover was Wang Zhaming, up 14 places after winning his first Super Series title at the China Masters last week. So that is the race to the Super Series finals to be staged in Malaysia in December. Well, I'm not sure that even if Kenichi Tago was to win this whole tournament, he cannot go above
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the semi-finalists of the men's singles
to Malaysia. But his opponent today, Gao Huan, the 23-year-old from Liaoning province in northeast China. There is Kenichi Tago. Well, this is his second semi-final here at his home event. 4 different nations represented in semi-final stage, as indeed there was in the women's doubles. But take a look at the quarterfinals. 3 players from India, all 3 of them unseeded. 2 of them got promoted from the qualifying event. What a tournament it's been for India men's singles players.
Gao Huan 選手, China. The semi-finalists of the men's singles are Gao Huan, representing China. Tago Kenichi 選手, Nippon.
And the number 7 seed,
representing Japan.
the 24-year-old from Saitama,
主審はヤコブ・シンドバーグ、デンマー
Kenichi
ク。
Tago.
The umpire is Jakob Sundberg from Denmark.
Jakob Sundberg.
サービスジャッジはキム・ミョウジュン、韓国です。And the service judge is Kim Myo-jun from Korea.
Kim Myo-jun from Korea. She'll be the service judge. Well, I happened to meet Gao Huan in the lift in the hotel yesterday evening. He was just coming back from dinner, and he was very polite to me and very excited about his first ever Super Series semi-final. Well, as I say, Tago, this is the second time he's been in the semi-final of his home event. You have to go back 5 years, though, to 2008, when he was just 19 years of age. He lost in the semi-final 5 years ago to the eventual champion, Sonidui Kunchoro, who beat the now defending champion Lee Chong-wei in that final in 2008. His 8th appearance here, first contested the Yonex Open Japan as a 17-year-old. For this man, Gao Huan,
ready? Shuttle or a racket?
Previous appearance here, 2010, he lost in the qualifying event to Takuma Ueda, who of course is now the world number 15 ranked player. Well, the toss of the coin. This man, of course, not seeded. In fact, his world ranking has dropped this week because he withdrew from the China Masters. Now, I wonder why he withdrew from the China Masters. He looks fit and healthy this week. Maybe a little bit of a stomach bug. Oh, I can see his right knee is strapped. That's probably what the injury problem was last week. Well, down 4 places in the world ranking to 32, but he's only played 8 tournaments towards that world ranking. And you can see not much experience in world terms. First played on the tour in 2009, just 4 tournaments that year, and then didn't play any international tournaments in 2011. Well, he had a tough old battle yesterday against Hasina Sunil Pranoy of India, one of the Indian players who had been promoted from the qualifying event. An hour and 13 minutes before he came through 21-13 in the deciding game. So to Kenichi Tago, the number 7 seed, he's gone up in the world ranking since the seedings were done. He's now at number 5, in fact enjoying his 17th week in total. At number 5 in the world, and as we just saw from the race to Malaysia, the road to Malaysia on the Super Series standings, he's up 2 places to number 2. There you can see his toughest match was in the second round against the left-handed European champion Mark Schwiebler from Germany, and then against Srikanth Kadambi, another of the Indian players promoted from the qualifying 2 straight games yesterday. Second game looked very impressive indeed, did Kenichi Tago. So if Tago were to win this semi-final, regardless of how he did in the final, he would make history here at the Yonex Open Japan. No men's singles player from the host nation has contested the men's singles final. Will the history books be rewritten today? First meeting between these 2 men, so no history between them to go on form and determine who should be winning this. Of course, if you look at the world ranking, then you assume that Tago should win this. Number 5 in the world rankings, 27 places above Gao Huan.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kenichi Tago, Japan. And on my left, Gao Huan, China. Kenichi Tago to serve. Love all. Play.
History beckons for the 24-year-old Kenichi Tago. Wide. And of course, he will be cheered every step of the way. I can remember the first ever Japan Open that I attended back in 1981. First time that a major international event was staged here in Japan. It wasn't until 1982 that we had the first official Yonex Open Japan tournament. But in 1981, I watched in awe and wonderment the defensive qualities of a certain Yoshiko Yonekiura, and Yonekiura's son, Kenichi Tago, now contesting the men's singles semi-final. I can remember some time ago, Tago spoke to me and he said he wanted to emulate what his mother did in the world of badminton. Well, he's well on the way to doing that. He's already been in 4 Super Series tournament finals. He's lost all 4 to the current world number 1, Liu Wei of Malaysia. It should perhaps be remembered that in other sports, some very, very talented athletes such as Andy Murray in tennis and his coach Ivan Lembu both lost their first 4 major tournament finals, Grand Slam tournaments, in tennis. Yep. I thought that landed in. Called out. Losing 4 finals, great things. the same. Now he's very confident leaving that. It's been a very, very confident start for the number 7 seed.
5-1.
It's a well-worked rally by Gao Huan. Singles, you very much use all 4 corners of the court, try and outmaneuver your opponent, as indeed Gao did in that rally. The deceptive shot deep into Tago's forehand corner, that was the one that did the damage. Interesting that these two men, this man, the bronze medalist, his opponent, the silver medalist from the 2007 World Junior Championships. The man, of course, that won the gold, Chen Long, was the number 2 seed here at this Yonex Open Japan, lost in the very first round. Qualifier from Japan,
6-2.
Two players go back a long way. Yes. Well, I thought last week in his quarter-final against Sho Sasaki at the China Masters, Kenichi Tago looked a little bit sluggish. There was nothing sluggish about his movement there. That was lightning quick. Of course, he missed the recent World Championships due to injury, back injury, I believe. We saw yesterday, heavy strapping on his back. But nothing wrong with his movement so far in this semi-final.
8-2.
And the ideal start as far as the home player is concerned.
Over. 3-8. Fall, 8.
It's very, very good defense. Settled now.
5-8.
Gao Huan. Understandable that he would be a little bit nervous right at the start of the match. His first ever Super Series semi-final. In fact, only one previous quarter-final. That was when he came through the qualifying of the China Premier Super Series event at the end of last year. Missed it.
6-8.
Got away with it, did Tago. From his perspective, I always feel a little bit nervous when he turns and plays the high backhand. There's nothing wrong with the technique of his backhand, but it's always a sign of a weaker shot in the men's singles in any discipline, to be honest. There's Shah Sranja, former world champion, now coaching the men's singles players from China. Of course, when you play the high backhand, your back is turned to the net, you can't see where your opponent is. You've got to rely on your spatial awareness for where the court is. There's the high backhand. That's stronger. Playing the head shot. Oh, good smash.
7-9.
Yeah. Right onto the right hip. What on earth was Gao Huan doing? Play the low serve, you've got to expect or even want a net shot reply, and he was backpedaling. What a difference when he moves his feet and plays that round the head shot, Kenichi Tago. Instead of playing the high backhand, there made the effort to move his feet, and he can play the winner. It does make a huge, huge difference. There, his coach, Keita Masuda. Just one little piece of advice. There you can see, look, he plays around the head action. He's got the possibilities. He can play it straight, he can play it cross court. So many different options, whereas when you turn and play the backhand, really the only thing you can do is clear it or play a straight drop. Straight drop is highly risky because your opponent is going to be looking for that. Getting behind Kenichi Tago.
11-7.
Good atmosphere here in Tokyo. Yeah, that time. Gao Huan standing his ground.
11.
We've seen very, very few net exchanges so far in this men's singles semi-final. Perhaps both players a little wary of the other. So it's called good. Well, it must have been mightily close. Ooh, yeah, it was on the line. Good call, line judge.
Fault.
Just snatched at it. Rapid fire exchange. At shuttles, neither man wanting to lift it to the other.
8.
Number 7 seed has opened up a 5-point cushion. Overdone it. Yeah. Tago, well aware that was going to go wide.
14-8.
6-point advantage. He's looking a little concerned now. His charge runs up. Oh, it's just long. Oh, what a pity from Gao Huan's perspective. That was a lovely backhand across court, and then the hold and flick from the net totally deceived his opponent. Oof, my goodness. Oh, talk about small margins.
Service over. 9-15.
Good retrieving. Then he turns and plays the high backhand. And again. Oh, it's landed in.
10-15.
Well, in my opinion, Kenichi Tago just a little bit passive in that rally. And a little bit lazy with, what was that, 4 high backhands.
Ten, 15.
Lovely shot that Gao Huan plays from his backhand
15.
side. He just steers the shuttle. There's the attacking play. This is the one, steers it across court. It's absolutely delightful. More initiative in that rally did Kenichi Tago. I thought for the last 3 rallies or so he's been a little bit reactive instead of proactive.
Sixteen, 11.
Again, moves round the heads instead of turning to play the high backhand. He asks Jan Luxemburg, the umpire, if he can just quickly tell down.
17-11.
I wonder whether his mother is somewhere in the crowd watching this. Good retrieving. Oh, he's walking to that. What on earth's going on? He misses that one. Lets it go. It goes wide. Well, I do hope he hasn't hurt his back again, because when he got up the first time, look, he's just walking. And of course, it was injury problems that kept him out of the recent World Championships. And immediately went to the side of the court to grab a towel. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to tell in the next couple of rallies whether in fact he's okay or whether he's aggravated his injury. Maybe just walked off because he knew that the court had to be mopped of the perspiration.
18-11. Oh.
Yeah, good attacking play from Gao Huan.
12-18.
Really was very, very pleasantly surprised by Gao Huan yesterday evening. Made a real effort to speak to me in English and was absolutely delightful in talking about today's semi-final. Away now, Tago, from this opening game. Make that 1 point away. 20 minutes of play. And game point opportunities have come around
12.
from number 7 seed Kenichi Tago. One will do. 21-12.
First game won by Kenichi Tago, 21-12.
The umpire confirming the score, 21 minutes. And he is 1 game away from creating history here at the Yonex Open Japan. This the final rally. Moved well, got behind the shuttle. Now just take a look at the strapping on his back when he takes off his shirt. Yeah, that's what I was worried about when he made that dive. Thought he might have aggravated that injury. Well, it seems to be okay. His coaches, as always, don't give him too many instructions, just encouragement more than anything. Yeah, the thought, 1 game away.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So the home fans very much getting involved, and rightly so. I was talking to some of our sponsors at the opening reception for this tournament
Second
on
game.
Tuesday evening.
Double.
And
Play.
I told them that I thought that this man, Kenichi Tago, was a champion in waiting. Felt it was only a matter of time before he turned his status from contender to champion. And he's looking very, very confident at the moment. He's one game away from being the first Japanese man in the final in the
1-0. Service over. 1-all. Service over. 2.
Well, a fault is being called on Gao Huan. Ooh. Well, I wasn't convinced by that. What the umpire called a fault for was that Gao Huan was judged to have touched the shuttle before the shuttle had crossed over the net. He hasn't argued any of his points so far, even when he's believed he's been hard done by.
2-all.
Good sportsmanship shown by Gao Huan. Idea. Pushed deep forehand, then brought him to the net. He goes for the winner down the backhand side, but just overdoes it. Super smash. He's pleased with that, and rightly so. Good angle. Yeah, I'm just getting a little bit concerned as far as Tago is concerned, that he's once again gone a little bit passive. Instead of dictating the pace and commanding the rallies, he's just reacting to whatever his opponent is throwing at him. credit to him, because earlier on there was a net cord. This is the final stages, but it was much earlier on that there was a net cord. The shuttle was badly deflected, but somehow Tago managed to get it back. Yeah, it's nice. Just a little ripple of applause. Yep, excellent. Skies and drop shot. Yeah, well worked rally. And he does look so good when he's dictating the pace here. Gao Huan. Oh dear, look, the strapping on his knees coming off. There we go. Well, in my opinion, Tago's got to take the initiative away from this man. And the way to do that is to start controlling the rallies, dictate the pace.
6, 5.
Both these players have had one 3-game match so far in this tournament. But of course for Gao Huan, his was yesterday, 1 hour and 13 minutes. So if there's any after effects from the tough 3 games, it's likely to affect the Chinese player more than Kenichi Tago. Tago only on court yesterday for 39 minutes. Can't say I particularly like the body language there of Kenichi Tago. Both men able to take the opportunity, take on board some liquid. The court is mopped of the perspiration. Tago's been in 9 career finals. He's looking for his 10th. Looking for his 5th Super Series tournament final for Gao Huan. He's only been in 1 international tournament final. That was last year in Macau. Of course, Macau's not a Super Series event. I'm sure that strapping coming loose on his knee must be distracting him a little bit.
7-0.
Level best to try and raise the spirits of Kenichi Tago. Went through a difficult period last year, did Tago. Only won 2 matches over a 7-month period between Singapore Super Series and the Danish Open. Over 6 tournaments. And certainly after he reached the All England final as an unseeded player back in 2010, I thought the burden of expectation was beginning to show on this young man's shoulders. There. Of course, won his Japan Open title in singles back in 2003, 10 years ago.
Service over. 8-10.
Once again, went from his base position, moves his feet, get himself in position to play the round-the-head smash. And a 3-point advantage here in the second game at the mid-game interval. Just look at his movement here. Much, much better. He's got the options. He can play it straight as he did, or he could have played cross-court. When he plays the high backhand from that position in court, really is so much weaker. Not many options at all.
11-8. Play.
With winning that rally, Kenichi Tago, not only was he under severe pressure, but I think he broke the strings of his racket. Yeah. Always worth fighting for, every single point.
12-8.
Suddenly, injection of pace of movement, more than anything from Kenichi Tago. Look at his feet here. Yeah, back to the base position. A leap from there to play the winning smash. To making history.
14-8.
7 points needed for the number 7 seed. It's gone long. Of the last 10 points, they've gone Kenichi Tago's way. What a net exchange. Yeah. And a look of bewilderment on the face of Gao Huan. What on earth has he got to do to win these rallies?
16-8.
He was 8-7 down. In this second game was Kenichi Tago. He's now won 10 of the last 11 points. That's what you call a shift in momentum. It's just wide.
9-16.
And the sense is that it's now or never as far as this man is concerned. Desperately needs a little run of points. That striking is falling off more and more. A feature of men's singles nowadays, the dive to defend smashes and angled shots. There it is again. It's not just the ability to dive and control the shuttle, it's the speed with which they get up again that amazes me.
$17-9.
Well, since that 6-7 deficit, Kenichi Tago has hardly put a foot wrong. 12 of the last 14 points. It's gone the Japanese player's way. Another dive. Oh, that's landed in. It's good play from Gao Huan. Yep, plumb on the line.
Ten, 18.
He's on a real roll now, is Kenichi Tago. Just 2 tantalising points required to rewrite the history books. Match point opportunities for the 24-year-old Kenichi Tago.
Match point 10. Service over. 11-20.
Yeah. Well, another 9 opportunities to come. That one must have landed just on the line. Don't wait for it to happen. Got to get out there and make it happen. Match point number 2. Oh, that's a good shot. What courage from Gao Huan.
Twelve, 20.
Third match point opportunity for Tago. Indeed it is. And for the first time in the history of the Yonex Open Japan, a home player will contest the men's singles final. It has been 32 years in the waiting. And Kenichi Tago scores a convincing victory. 21-12, 21-12 in 47 minutes.
21-12, 21-12.
Well, what a day for Japan, and what excitement and what anticipation for tomorrow's final. Never before have Japan had a home player in the men's singles final. They've had them in the women's singles and the women's doubles, but never the men's singles. Kenichi Tago through to the final of the Yonex Open Japan 2013. Time for the autographs, time for contemplation, and perhaps time to sit down and watch the second men's singles semi-final and his opponent for tomorrow. Of course, we don't know it yet. So our next match on court. Kenichi Tago. Well, the young fans, they've had a go at badminton as they turned up at the stadium a little earlier on. It was a fantastic match by Tago.